All right, I think we're live. I think I say that every time I start a stream. It's hard to know when you're live or not because YouTube doesn't really make it easy to know. How's everyone doing? We have a lot of there's a lot of comments here already. I guess that's because I did the uh, schedule a stream thing, which I don't usually do, but did it today. I feel like I broke this headset last time I dropped it. It's like I don't know. Thank you, Shane White. Savage Line. We share the same one. Mine is also today. Well, happy birthday to you, Savage Line. Thank you, Mr. L. Thank you, Fallen. Go get Skylar White to sing to you. See, everyone says it's a shit scene from that show, but I always just die of laughter when I watch that. There's something about it that's just so funny. I don't know if it was meant to be funny or not. I don't know. I think it was meant to be just like cringe, and it worked. So, how's everyone doing? I thought this would be a good opportunity to just because I don't know. Honestly, like I do these for random reasons half the time, anyways. But it's I guess it's a good excuse to do one specifically today because I had the free time. So it's just good. I just like to update people what's going on. I like to talk to see what everyone's up to. Only a couple things I really wanted to say about the channel in particular. There is Chucky tonight, so I can't be live for too long. It's because that's only an hour and a half from now, so I can only do it for probably like an hour 15 because I like to have like 15 minutes before to just set everything up for that episode. Especially because it's a live show thing, so it's not something where I can just like it's okay if I'm a couple minutes late. Like, no, Chucky, I have to be there on time at 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna probably end this stream within like an hour 15, hour 10, something like that, which is good because honestly, I usually go way further than I should for these streams. So I think it's good to have like a set time where I have to stop it, which means we're just gonna have to, get through things as fast as we can. But what was I gonna say? For future videos, this month I'm probably going to do like I'm not sure exactly what it's gonna be yet because it depends how much time I have, I guess. It could be a top 10, it could be a top 25, it could be a top 50, but for horror films, I'm gonna do like a full ranking, like where I go in depth on each of those movies. Not in depth, but you know what I mean, like decently. I talk for at least a couple minutes about each of them. And again, it depends how much time I have because doing 50 would be quite some time. I mean, think about that. If it's 3 minutes per movie and that's 50 50 films, it's gonna be like almost a 2.5 hour video or some shit. I guess I wouldn't spend that much time talking about on all of them, but I could, you know, cut it down to like a minute per movie or something. But it's hard to do that, especially if it's a movie you really, really love and you really want to talk a lot about. But we have that. Obviously, I still have a couple of horror films I'm going to be reacting to that I wanted to make videos for, and obviously Halloween Ends as well is coming out in a few days, which I'm probably going to do a Halloween ranking for all the Halloween films. I didn't rewatch all of them though, so the only issue with that ranking is that there's a couple of movies in there that I haven't watched in a while, so it would be bad for me not to rewatch them. So I don't know if I'm gonna have the time to do it. I might just have to watch like a recap because I remember the movies, but I don't remember like every detail. So I think it'd be good for me to at least look back on some recaps to just remind myself, refresh myself on some of the other Halloween films. I'm gonna read some of these things up here. Thank you so much, everyone, for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Um, Favorite movie villains? Uh, I guess Joker, definitely. Mainly in The Dark Knight. I mean, the movie Joker, he's a bad person, but he's not perceived as the villain. So I don't know if I'd call him a villain in that movie, just because he's not the antagonist of that story, even if he technically is a terrible person. Because whether or not you consider someone a protagonist or antagonist is not really dependent on how good of a person they are, usually. So if I were to talk about best villains, I think Joker, definitely Dark Knight would be one of them. Even Thanos, Hannibal Lecter, Hans in Inglorious Bastards is definitely up there. It's all about the performance, really. Like I really like when actors could just give really damn good performances as villains. How old are you? 22. Traumatized. I just saw X. Oh yeah, that was one of those movies that like I don't know. I think I liked it more. I think I liked it more the first time I watched it, but then I really thought about it and I'm like, this movie's like 70% people having sex. It's just one of those movies, and I was like, okay. And some of the scenes are like just uncomfortable scenes, like you know what I'm talking about, the one towards the end with the old lady. It's just I don't know. It's a good movie. I like it. I just it's very you know. Have you played the Resident Evil games? I only played the Resident Evil 2 remake. That's it. Every other one I have not touched. So Halloween Ends comes out on Friday. Yeah. Does it come out tomorrow in theaters? Technically, I'm probably just gonna wait for it to come out online because I want to watch it for the channel. But I'm not sure if it like technically comes out on Thursday in theaters and such, because that's what most movies do these days. What are your thoughts on the new COD? I have a whole video of that on my other channel, but in short, I think it's okay. I'm probably not gonna like it that much. It's because I prefer the other studios, Treyarch's games, but it's okay. I enjoyed it to a degree. I just don't think it's gonna be a game I'm gonna play that much. The Twisted Texan, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Happy birthday. So who do you think will survive on The Walking Dead who don't have spin-offs, and who will be the most shocking death? All right, that's a good question. That's a good question, actually, because I did kind of want, I was going to do a video on this, but then I thought to myself, because I don't know, because the problem with making prediction videos is a lot of the times you can't really predict it because they don't really decide what happens based on like story. Like I feel like some seasons back in the, you know, earlier seasons used to kind of do that, where there was a lot of emphasis on build up to character deaths and there was a lot of foreshadowing. I don't feel like they really do that as much anymore. Like a lot of the times deaths just come out of nowhere and I'm like, what the fuck? Or they just don't do as many deaths in general. Like especially season 11, there has not been many main character deaths, like at all. So like I don't know, it's hard to really pinpoint one specific. Okay, holy shit, I just got right back to that. Thank you so much, Mary Window, for the $20. Thank you so much. That is really appreciated. That is good. Thank you as well, Twisted Texan, for the 10. I'll get back on that. It's hard for me to like when I get like a second one. It's like I don't want to, because like I got to react to it because I just saw it and it's like, you know, I want to get my thoughts, like my thank you out right away. But the question that you had, who will be the most shocking death? So I think the only characters that I can see them killing off, as in for big characters, are either Eugene, Rosita, Gabriel, or Aaron. Those four. One of those four. I don't think it's going to be more than that because they're going to want a happy ending. They're not going to want like a sad ending where a bunch of people die, which I would be okay with that. But those four characters, I think it's going to be one of them. And that's really all I can think of. I think every other character is just either going to live or there's going to be a couple side character deaths. I don't think they're going to go crazy with the deaths, which is kind of unfortunate because I feel like season 11 should have been killing off more people. I do. It is the end of the show. Like, for example, spoilers for people who haven't seen the most recent episode of The Walking Dead. Actually, no, I'm not going to say anything because I just realized it's not officially coming out till next week anyways, so some people probably haven't seen it. I won't say anything. I don't want people to like shut off their stream just because I'm going to talk about an episode that not everyone has seen yet, because AMC does this week early thing, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But point is, I feel like they don't kill off enough people, essentially, is what I'm saying. So I think they should do a little bit more of that. Not that I want to see my favorite characters getting killed, but it's just like that show used to be like all about death, and I feel like they haven't really done much about that recently. Halloween Ends is also getting released on Peacock the same day. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna watch it on. Why I'm gonna watch it on first the channel, because I might as well. How old do you have to be to watch this? Do you mean the stream? I mean, I curse a lot, so I'd prefer you were, you know, not a child, because I do curse too much, unless you're someone who doesn't care about that. I have had comments like that before, people like getting pissed that I curse. And it's like, I understand. Everyone likes cursing. Some people don't like it, whether it's personal reasons or they got kids in the house, whatever it may be. I get it. But I do, I tend to watch more mature films that are like, R-rated and stuff. So they're going to have swearing in it anyways. So I'm probably going to swear myself a little bit. And I get people don't like that, but I can't appease to everyone. I know there's only a couple people who have ever said that to me, but I just can't like, it's like an honest reaction sort of a thing, right? Like sometimes my honest reaction is to go, oh shit, when I'm watching a movie, and I don't want to like, I guess, censor that because then it wouldn't be an honest reaction. You know what I mean? So there are some like rules with YouTube, like they don't like cursing like that because it's bad for like advertisement companies or whatever. But I've never had a video being like blocked or demonetized or whatever for cursing. Never once. People do it all the time. They like cancel out their cursing. They like bleep it because they're afraid of that. But I've cursed a lot. I never get that happening to my channel. I think it's part of it has to do with you can't do it in like the first like 30 seconds to a minute of the video, but it's okay if you do it later on. I think that's kind of how it works, but I don't know. I don't go crazy. I'm not going to curse every 3 seconds, but it just kind of happens sometimes. What do you think about Daredevil and She-Hulk? Do you think he was... Oh, I think we got a new donation. Hold on. I'll get back to that. Evan Crawford, thank you so much for the $20 donation. Can't stay long because I'm on a work break, but wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Hope it's been a good so far. Looking forward to the Halloween and spooky season content. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have a couple things for that, definitely. Like I said, that horror movie ranking and a couple movie reactions here and there. I just recorded a reaction to The Descent, which didn't really feel like a Halloween movie, but it definitely is a horror film. So I'm gonna release that this month, hopefully. And we have a couple others that we'll do. Obviously, we just did Hellraiser, both of the first one and the new one, and that was fun. Tomorrow at midnight, Halloween ends. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna come out on Peacock, right? So I think I have to wait till Friday for it to come out on Peacock, but I'm not sure. Okay, so the Daredevil comment, I'll get back to that. What do you think about Daredevil and She-Hulk? Do you think he was completely different or slightly? So based on my knowledge of Daredevil from season 1 and 2, because I haven't watched season 3 yet, I think he was pretty accurate to Daredevil and how he was in the show. The only difference was he was obviously way more lighthearted, which is kind of expected to be in that show. So I wasn't like against that, but a lot of people were saying like, oh, he makes jokes all the time. I never really felt like he made that many jokes in the main show. Like the only time you'd hear jokes from him really is if he's like in a non-serious situation sort of a thing where he's just like talking to Foggy or something. And yeah, he'll be joking all sorts of, all the time. But if he's like, dealing with Kingpin or something, or some like, people are getting shot around him, he's not going to be fucking around. And I don't know if you would consider his situation with She-Hulk to be that serious. She did destroy a parking garage, so like, I don't know. I feel like there could be like some sense of seriousness in him there. I'm also not obviously we're in a new age now, they all use all sorts of CGI these days, but him being all sorts of CGI, like it was a bit much. But I think in general, his portrayal was fine. Like I enjoyed him in the episode. It was definitely my favorite episode of the show. I thought it was decent. I don't like his suit, to be honest, the yellow thing. And I know it's comic accurate, whatever, because he had a comic suit for like 6 issues, apparently. I don't even think he had it for that long. I think that was his first suit. I haven't really read many Daredevil comics, but I know some about it. I'm pretty sure he had that yellow and red suit for like the first couple issues or whatever. It was the early days of Daredevil I think. And then there's a certain point where they just gave him the red suit, and then he stuck with that red suit pretty much the rest of the way on because the red suit was infinitely better. And the reason why I don't like the yellow thing is because I don't see the point of it, right? What is the point of that yellow helmet? What does it do for him? I thought the whole point of Daredevil is he's very stealthy. He likes to kind of hide in the shadows, almost like Batman. So why would he wear this really bright yellow helmet? Like, that's what I don't get. If it was just for fashion, like Daredevil doesn't seem like the type of guy who's just like, I want some fashion in me. Like, I don't know. He seems like he would be wearing things for its technical use. And I just don't see how that, it doesn't look good, first of all. But it just doesn't really work. I don't know. The episode was lit in a way where you couldn't even tell it was yellow for a lot of it. Like a lot of it, I was like, it doesn't even look yellow or gold, or I guess whatever you want to call it. But I'm not a big fan of it. I'm just saying it's not a big deal. I'm sure that's the only time he's going to use it. I doubt he'll be using it in his main show. But it's just one thing I wanted to point out. Have you heard about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game? I did. I saw trailers and stuff. It looks okay. Have you heard of a movie called Ravenous? Nope. But it sounds interesting. Do you think Eugene will survive The Walking Dead? He's one of the ones that I'm not sure about. I think it's definitely possible, but I think there was part of me that was thinking maybe, but another part of me was thinking no, just because can't really say it because it's about the newest episode and I don't want to spoil things. So. What is that avatar, Mary? Oh, you're talking about someone else in the chat. Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I can't really tell what it is, but it looks like the Tiffany doll from my. I don't know. This doesn't look like the Tiffany doll. Whatever. I'm not gonna. Carol's gonna get it. You think? I mean, see, the thing about Carol is she was originally supposed to be on the Daryl show, right? And then she dropped out last minute or something. So that leads me to believe that they wrote her as surviving in plans of having her in the show, and then because I don't think she canceled it till after they finished filming. So I don't know. I might do a whole video about like what I want, how I want The Walking Dead to end, what I want to see happen, and I'll just kind of give a short rundown of to what I want to see happen, just in my opinion, right? And this is not even about just The Walking Dead. I mean, this is The Walking Dead universe. How I want that to end. Not even, God, the universe probably won't end for a while, but you know what I mean? Like the main story, because although the show is ending now, it's not really ending. That's why I'm not feeling like the same emotions that other people are about this, because it's not really ending. There's no part of me that feels like the show is ending, because you still have 5 of, in my opinion, the best characters, or some of the best characters in the series. They still have stuff to come out with after. It would be like if Endgame like ended in the way it did, and Tony Stark, Captain America, and well, I guess those are the only 2 that really, but let's say they 2 didn't die in that film, or I guess Tony or Steve didn't really die, but you know what I mean. Let's say they both didn't die, right? Or they didn't end their story, or whatever, and they were gonna have films after that. Would Endgame feel like an ending? No, it wouldn't. You'd just be like, oh, it's just another Avengers film, where we're gonna have more with Tony and Iron and Steve later on. But it felt like an ending because they were done. They had no more stuff to come out afterwards. But we're gonna see a Rick and Michonne series. We're going to see a Daryl series. We're going to see a Negan and Maggie series. Those are 5 of, I would say, the best characters in the show, and they still have content after this series. So when I hear that, I'm like, okay, the show's not really ending then. Like, you know what I mean? They're just ending it for like probably business reasons. It probably just saves them money. It probably saves, because I think there's like licensing fees and stuff they have to pay for the main show or something. There's some deal they have with Netflix, I think, for example. Maybe they don't want to be tied to Netflix anymore. They want to put everything on their own platform. I don't know. But point is, the show's not really ending to me. So the way I want to see this full show end, I hope Rick does come back at the very, very end in some capacity. And then I hope when we jump into the shows, I want to see all 3 of these spin-off shows lead to something. I don't want to see these just mindless shows that just kind of do their own thing and don't really attach to anything. I want to see these shows that have their own purpose, that all kind of have a connecting story. They all have their own thing going on, but it all kind of leads into one film. And I'm talking like an Avengers type. This it's going to sound nerdy to people who, don't give a fuck about Marvel and think all that stuff is stupid. And I agree. There's a certain level of ridiculousness with the amount of other franchises that are copying Marvel's formula and are doing Avengers-like movies with all these cameos and stuff. I agree. But I think this really applies well to The Walking Dead, and I think it would be a good actual ending to these characters' story. So you have all these 3 characters, and I want them to come together in like a movie, right? They canceled the Rick movie, but maybe they'll announce some future thing. This is all hopes and dreams. I don't really think this is going to happen, but this is what I hope. And it all leads to one movie, right? And all of these characters will be in that, and all their stories in their own shows will lead to this movie that'll be like a definitive ending for all of these characters. Whether it's about a CRM and Commonwealth War or something related to the Walkers, I don't know, but you can have them all come together in this film. You could also bring in the Fear the Walking Dead characters. Season 8 is happening soon. That should be the last season. I'm not sure if they have more planned, but they better not. They better end that shit. And that shit should also then cross over with The Walking Dead in this movie, have Morgan reunite with Rick and all of them, have Alicia and all these other characters meet, the other characters all in this movie. So it would be like what you see in Avengers. That's why I made that reference where they all have these crossovers. And you can even bring in the World Beyond characters. I don't give a shit, but make it like a full ending for all of these series, all of these characters. And then after that, wait like a year or two. Don't do any Walking Dead content for at least a year. And then just do a refreshing new series with brand new characters in the Walking Dead universe that is separate from everything else. And it's a new, fresh start, and go from there. That's my idea. I need water after that, damn. Because right now there's just too many storylines that don't feel like they're ever going to get an ending. And I want them to. Oh, we got a couple of donations. Sorry for not seeing it right away. Holy shit, Central Walker. $50 fucking dollars? Thank you so much, dude. Didn't even leave a comment, but you left this cool little emoji thing here. I don't even know how you do that, but thank you so much, man. Holy shit. Oh, another one from the Twisted Texan. Thank you so much. Oh, and from Mary. Oh shit, I didn't even see these. See, I don't have my headphones in, so I can't hear it coming in. I have to just see it. Mary with the $5. Thank you so much. It's a Chucky and Tiffany doll from that's what I thought it was. I couldn't tell though. It's like at a weird angle, so it looks. I mean, the doll is supposed to be creepy, so it's fair. Thank you so much for the $5. And the Twisted Texan, thank you so much for a $20 donation. Not many react to one of my favorite series, which is The Last Kingdom. I think you'd really appreciate. I think you really like it, as it has character. I can't read today apparently. I think you would really like it, as it has crazy character development, and you are one of the few reactors that appreciate that aspect. Oh, I'm gonna look it up because I've never actually heard of that. Is it a show or is it a? Oh yeah, it's a TV show. It's got high ratings. It looks interesting. 5 seasons. Yeah, I'll say never, but we do have a lot of other shows to get through it currently. Which is why I'm not starting Game of Thrones yet, because I gotta get through everything else I'm watching. I don't care, I'm 9. Yeah, like I said, just I'm gonna curse a lot, so just if people don't like that, you know, not a lot. I'm enough to the point where if people didn't like it, they probably wouldn't want to watch my videos, you know, which is fair. Do you think Lance is tied to the CRM? Oh, I think Commonwealth has ties to it as a whole. I don't think it's just Lance. So I'm gonna say probably, but I'm not sure. What's the point of someone staying alive for the spin-offs? Oh, they might go. Oh, I see what you say. Well, I guess the reason why they might keep people alive, the reason why I don't think they're going to go full out and just kill a bunch of people. Oh, you said full Game of Thrones. That's what you meant here. I see. I didn't see. I thought you were saying full God. I was like, I don't know what full God means, but Game of Thrones. Okay. I don't think the reason why I don't think they're killing too many people off is because of people's complaints with past seasons of them killing too many people off. And that is why, and I think it's pretty obvious, why they haven't really killed off many people in the recent seasons. You know, season 9 killed off a lot, I would say. But even then, it wasn't like main characters. They picked some pretty safe choices. Season 10, same thing. Season 11, definitely. They barely kill off any characters. The only characters they really kill off are people who are villains, really. Or just side characters that no one really cares about. It's very rare we've been seeing major character deaths. And because of a lot of the criticisms with season 7 and 8 specifically, where they were killing off main characters that people didn't like. And I'm in the middle there. I think you should kill off certain characters because it is The Walking Dead. But you have to make it make sense, obviously. You don't want to just kill off people for the sake of it. It has to be something that somehow affects the story in a good way. You know, it doesn't have to be good for the characters, but it has to be good for the story progression. So if they have ways to kill off people at the end of the series that does that, then sure. But I just don't think they will, because I think they're going to want the ending to be somewhat on a happy note. And obviously, if they kill off too many people, it's not going to have a happy ending, you know? Which, again, I don't feel like it's an ending. Fave character in the Chucky TV show? Well, obviously it's Chucky, but if we're going to talk other than Chucky, then might be Lexi, honestly. Not in terms of personality. She was a terrible person in season 1, but she's probably the most interesting. Obviously, other than Chucky, because there's no way you're going to be better than Chucky. Well, Chucky or Tiffany. Which honestly, Tiffany, like I said, I only like her in the doll form. And no offense to Jennifer Tilly, I think she's a good actress. I don't know though, because in this recent I feel like she's a little over the top in it. And I know it's an over the top show, but I don't know, the way she says some things, it's just like I don't even like it just feels too much sometimes. I prefer her in the doll form. But she was really great like in Bride of Chucky, for example. I loved her in Bride of Chucky. Even in Seed of Chucky, she was good. Oh, part of my nail just like ripped off. That kind of hurt. Have you gotten very far in the Buffy series? Nope. I haven't watched any of it in like months. Not because I'm not interested, I just haven't had the time. And there's been a lot of other stuff I've had to watch first. But I feel like Buffy's one of those shows that I can really watch whenever. Like, for example, recently I've been watching Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 because I need to watch that in time for The Walking Dead to end because I want to rank every single Walking Dead universe season when the series ends. And that means... Ow, fuck. Yeah, my nail like really broke off. Only part of it. I'm alright. I want to be able to rank every Walking Dead universe season, and I haven't finished Fear the Walking Dead season 7 yet, so I like have to watch that now. Whereas Buffy, I can watch that whenever. I can watch that next year. I can watch that in 5 years. You know, it doesn't really matter. Because I really enjoyed it. It was a great show. I just haven't gotten around to it. Who wins, Governor Shane or I'm assuming it meant Negan, not Megan. I'm gonna say Shane. Shane was a cop. You know, he had more experience. Governor didn't have much experience in fighting before. Neither did Negan. Negan was a gym coach, you know? So they both hold their own, I'm sure. Well, it also depends if you give them weapons or not. I'm assuming you're talking full on just fists. I think Shane would beat their asses pretty easily, honestly. He's also probably the most buff. Like, no offense to Negan. He's favorite character out of all those, but he's definitely a lot skinnier. Same with the Governor. But Shane's like, you know, Shane's buff, you know? He'd be kicking some ass, I think. You should react to the Scream TV series. Already seen it, actually. Except for season 3, which I heard was not that good. But I watched the first 2 seasons, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I wasn't crazy about it, but I thought it was good. I hope they don't pull some sick twist and kill Carol since she's not in the spinoff. I wouldn't mind if they did, but it would have to be in a good way that was, like, fitting to the character and had a good impact. But at the same time, I do want to see her at least reunite with Rick. So at least wait till she meets Rick again. You know? Honestly, if they weren't doing a Negan spinoff, I would 100% think Negan's gonna die. Because it would fit perfectly. Like, I think Negan dying, saving Maggie's child would be perfect. That would be the perfect ending for his character. Which they could still do in the Negan and Maggie show, to be honest. But yeah, they shouldn't have announced the spinoffs ahead of time. It completely spoiled that. I believe Negan's character isn't being used to his full potential and doesn't get enough screen time. You think he should get more recognition? I'm biased because I absolutely love Negan's character, so yes, I definitely want him to have more screen time, but I do think he has a decent amount of screen time, so I'm not going to say he like needs a lot more. I'm just appalled by their decision not to do a proper Negan versus Beta fight in season 10. That was probably, without a doubt, the most disappointed I've been in any movie, any show, any game in my entire life. And the video is on YouTube. You can see my reaction to that episode, season 10, episode 16. I was like, just my face just dropped in disappointment. Like, I was like waiting for this moment for so long because it was one of my favorite parts of the comic books. I like loved that scene in the comics. And I mean, the whole Whisper arc was my favorite part of the comics for sure. I think that's the best Whisper, the best part of the best arc in the comics. So I was really excited for it in the show. And I do think there's parts about the Whisper War that were good in the show. I just think they dropped the ball on not having a Negan versus Beta fight. Like, you can't possibly sum that wonderful fight up within 2 seconds. Like, you just can't do that. And the fact that they did it was just, it pissed me off. I was so pissed. But it's okay. How excited are you for Halloween Ends? Honestly, not that excited. Like, I think Halloween, the franchise as a whole, like, there's a lot of stuff I like about it, but I don't see what this movie can do that's that different than like Halloween Kills or Halloween 2018. I just don't know. So, although I'm excited because it's a new horror film, it's a new slasher, I'm excited to see, excited to see Michael Myers killing people, it'll be fun. But I just don't see myself liking it that much. I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to really enjoy it because I didn't like Halloween Kills that much. I thought it was okay. I loved Halloween 2018 though, so you could definitely do something good with this movie. I don't know. The trailers didn't really get me either, so that's another thing. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to it. Favorite Walking Dead season? Definitely season 6. Definitely. I think we'll be live for another probably 40 minutes. Just keep that in mind. I'll stick to it too, by the way. Yeah, I really fucked up my nail, huh? I love your honest reactions. You make me laugh so much fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad I can do that for you. I try to be funny sometimes in my reactions, but a lot of times it's one of those things where I hate trying to be funny. So like it has to be something that's just genuine, like genuinely funny. So I'm never gonna like try to make jokes or something because I feel like I'm just trying too hard and it's like it's not, I want to just that's really what I really like doing for these reactions. I like just them being as honest as possible. So if I have nothing funny to say, I'm not gonna say anything funny. But sometimes I actually like to you know, whatever's going on in my head, I basically say it, right? Which some people don't like that. Some people despise that I do that because they think I talk too much in my reactions. And I'm like, it's kind of part of the reaction though. Like you're supposed to talk a lot. Like that's kind of part of it. Obviously, I'm not going to talk over important scenes if like, I couldn't multitask, but I kind of can. I can kind of listen to what's going on and talk. Sometimes I'll stop myself from talking so I can really get into what they're talking about. But sometimes it's not really like necessity to do that. It's one of those scenes where you can kind of listen to it and get what they're saying without having your 1000% attention on it. But I just like speaking my thoughts as freely as I can, whatever's going on in my head, pretty much. That's kind of the whole point of reaction, right? Because a lot of people say like these videos are bullshit because you wouldn't be saying this when you're watching it alone. And it's like, yeah, you're right, I wouldn't, because it would just all be in my head. That's kind of the point. The point is it's what you're thinking in your head when you're watching it alone. In a reaction video, you're just saying it out loud. That's kind of how it works. Which isn't entirely true. I watch things on my own sometimes, and I won't say things out loud to myself, obviously. I'm not going to talk to myself, but I will, like, sometimes go, like, holy shit, like, if something big happens, I will outwardly say that. So it just depends. You watching Chucky tonight? Yep. I think people are just use them to trying. I think people are just used to them. I think people are just used to them trying to make Daredevil be like GDM Batman. Yeah, I guess. I mean, he feels like Batman in a way, You'd love Game of Thrones? I think I would. I didn't think I'd like Lord of the Rings, and then I love Lord of the Rings, so Game of Thrones is kind of in that same vein where like the reason I never watched it is because it never looked like that sort of genre never looked that interesting to me. But I felt the same way about Lord of the Rings, and I love Lord of the Rings, so I'm sure I would like it. What do you think about John Carpenter wanting to make a Mass Effect movie? I've never played the games, but I've seen clips and stuff, and that would be kind of cool because Mass Effect is a really cool atmospheric game from what I've seen. I'm down for another John Carpenter space movie. That'd be cool. Forget the comic accuracy. The on-screen yellow and red suit is far superior. Plus, he was on the West Coast. No need for all red. Red isn't a stealthy color, dude. It's stealthier than yellow, though. Like, it's not like he's wearing, like, bright red. He's wearing kind of darker red, so it does kind of fit with the stealth. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of it. Just my opinion, though. I do always hate the argument about comic accuracy, though. Like, if people do... Like, it's fine if you have a different argument, but, like, I never see that as a good argument. Because sometimes comics do things that aren't very good, so I don't think they always have to do exactly what the comics do. Although Marvel has been trying really hard to have comic accurate suits, which is sometimes cool. Like sometimes it's more like an Easter egg than fan service than anything, which is to me what the She-Hulk thing was. That was just fan service. That was nothing more than that. I don't think the creators thought it was better than the original suit, but I don't know. You and Hugh Jackman have the same birthday? LOL. Yep, I just found that out today, actually, apparently. Thank you everyone for the happy birthday wishes, by the way. I can't read every single one of them because it would be here forever, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy your videos. Keep it up. Thank you, Robert. Whenever Stranger Things 4 came out, all I was thinking about is how you'd react. Yeah, I fucking loved that season, man. And it's all because it was paying homage to A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's why that season was so damn good. It was literally the same style in terms of what Vecna was doing to his victims. It's perfect in my opinion. Like, I think it's the best season of that show. I think it's one of my favorite seasons of any show. to be honest. So really excited for season 5. Maggie's the most overrated character in the show. I disagree, but it's fair opinion. Hey man, happy birthday. Looking forward to the next boys reaction. Thank you very much. I should be uploading that within the next week because today we have Chucky and then tomorrow is another episode of She-Hulk and then Friday, I'll probably upload it Friday actually because I have it ready. Like it's ready to go. I'll probably upload it Friday then. Or no, Friday's Halloween Ends day. I don't mind posting 2 things in one day, but it's not usually a great idea. It's usually better to do 1 thing a day. So I might, it depends on if I can get the video done for that day or not, but we'll see. Have you met any actors from The Walking Dead? Nope. Not that I know of. No, I don't think I have. No. I'm never like I would like love to meet one, but I'm not the same as like people who are like dying. Like I wouldn't spend like a crazy amount of money to meet one, for example, because at the end of the day, they have to meet so many people and you're really just going to say hi for like 5 seconds and maybe take a picture and it's cool, I guess, but it's not something I'm necessarily like that like I need to do or whatever. Like I'm not, you know, that it's fine if you are. I'm not necessarily like I love these actors. I think they're great. I don't have this urge to meet them, but it would be cool too as well. Especially in that, you know, sort of situation. Like obviously it'd be really cool to like, you know, be a let's say go on the set for the filming, for example, and meet everyone there. Like that's very different. But when you're at like a Comic-Con or something, like you kind of have to just, you know, go through. You're basically going through a protocol, and you're just like saying hi for a couple seconds, picture, and you're out of there. Like I think for the New York Comic-Con, I was seeing some of like the actors, like they had to have this like because I guess because of COVID, they had to have like this screen in between them, the screen protector or whatever. And I was like that's just like you're not even really meeting them at that point. So I don't know. I'm never like that into meeting actors like that, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. I just wouldn't spend a lot for it. Definitely gonna have at least 9. Yeah, that's the problem with reading my comments so far behind because I will never know what people are talking about because I don't know the context because it was something I was talking about a while ago. I met the actor who plays Eugene. He made love to my wife in a comfort inn, then beat my feet with a club. Okay. I'm so excited for Megan. It looks amazing. What horror movie looking forward to this year or next? Yeah, I agree. Megan, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, screw it, I'll watch this trailer because I know it's made by James or it's produced by James Wan. So I was like, I'll probably have some interest in it. And I was surprised because that trailer was hilarious. And look, I see some people like dog shitting, not dog shitting, just shitting, I guess is a better word. Why do you just add the dog before it? Not really point of that. I see a lot of people shitting on it because they're like, oh, it's like too goofy or whatever, or it's a lot of people are also saying it's too similar to Child's Play, and I think that's stupid. Like, who cares if it's similar to something else? Like, okay, cool, it's similar to another film. You can't find a single film where it's not similar to something else. I just, you know, it doesn't exist. I have no care about how original it is, to be honest. Like, I prefer to have some originality in films, of course, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, this movie's just worthless because it's just like another movie. I don't know. That'd be a stupid way to view things. Honestly, it would be. That's why I always hated the criticism against Joker that it was too similar to other movies. It's like, okay, why does that fucking matter? Literally everything you're gonna watch, you can probably find something that came before it that was similar, right? It's people always take inspiration from other things. Obviously, Megan was taking inspiration probably from Child's Play to a degree, and I don't really give a shit because it looks awesome. But yeah, other horror movies though. Most of the ones that I was looking forward to already came out. I could look at my watch list. Maybe there's one on my watch list on Letterboxd that I can see. Cause I can't really think of it off the top of my head. Megan's definitely one of them. I think that's definitely up there for one of my most anticipated. I wouldn't say Halloween Ends is like my most anticipated, but I'm definitely excited for it. Let's see. I don't add everything to my watch list, but I add some stuff. So this year we don't really have any more horror films left that I'm looking forward to, but Scream 2, obviously the next Scream film that comes out in I think March of next year. I'm obviously looking forward to that. What else do we have? Yeah, I don't really have many on my watch list because there's not horror films. A lot of the times aren't announced ahead of time. Definitely A Quiet Place, 3, the next A Quiet Place film. Definitely. I think they're doing a spin-off and a third film. I'm not sure. I think they're doing two. Yeah, I'll go with those for now because the problem with a lot of movies and like doing a most anticipated list for movies is that it's a lot of movies don't announce themselves till like a month or two before they come out, so it's hard to get excited for it when you haven't, when you don't know about it. The movies will announce themselves ahead of time. They're usually the movies that are part of franchises, existing IPs, or if they're like by a really famous director or whatever, and they really want to promote it ahead of time. Thank you, Honest Hedgehog. Thank you, Octagon. I think it's not spelled the same way as Octagon, but I'm just gonna assume that's how you say that. I don't know. Have you ever tried watching anime? I've literally never tried. I don't think I would like it that much, but I'm not opposed to trying. I might one day, maybe. If I was to, I'd probably pick one of the most popular ones. Honestly, the only one I think I'd really, really want to watch is maybe Death Note, which is not really. Is it? What's the difference between a? Is it an anime, right? Because I know there's another word for different types of anime, but I'm not sure if that's the same thing as an anime. I don't know, but it looked interesting to me because I've seen the movie and I like the concept of the movie. The movie wasn't great, but I like the concept of it, so I'm sure I would like the original show. What other ones? I always hear people talking about Attack on Titan, so I'm sure I'd like that maybe. But I don't know. Again, those are things that I could watch in the future because I got a lot of things to watch right now. Anyways, are you gonna ever react to Dexter? I haven't seen it, so that's definitely one I have in mind for the future, but I'm not sure. Have you played The Last of Us? Nope. I would like to. I only have a PS4, so I don't usually use it that often. So maybe when I get the PS5 one day, I'll probably use it for that. Because I have the Series X. I prefer the Series X. Oh my god. Oh, not these bots. No, no, no. I always get these bots, man. Got a lot of comments. Oh, I didn't even see this. Why didn't it pop up here? Hadrian Rippeth, thank you so much for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. It didn't pop up over here for some. I'm hoping it popped up on screen at least, but it didn't pop up on the top thing. Okay. I can't read everything just because we will be here. Like I have to end this stream at a certain time, so I'd like to get to as many as possible. Or you can check out American Horror. I've never seen a single season of American Horror Story, so I probably wouldn't check them out for the channel, but you never know. Maybe one day. Which answers the next question. That's kind of funny. You both asked about it at the pretty much the same time. Would you do a reaction to the new Bullet Train movie that came out recently? I don't know if I'd do a reaction to it. I want to see it, but I'm not sure about a reaction. Maybe not. I don't know. What about Jake? Yeah, Jake's a good character too. Will you be watching all the spin-offs for The Walking Dead? Oh, 100%, yeah. Definitely. There's no way in hell I'm not going to watch a single Walking. I watch every Walking Dead piece of content ever, honestly, even if it's not that interesting. Like, Tales of the Walking Dead I hated, but I watched it anyways. I'm not really enjoying Fear the Walking Dead that much right now, but I'm watching it anyways. And World Beyond I really didn't like that much, but watched it anyways. It's all for the channel, because I want to be able to review them all, or rank them all. Which is going to be a fun video. There's 21. After season 11 ends, there's going to be 21 total Walking Dead universe seasons, which is insane. We're going to rank all of them, which I will tell you right now, it's mostly the Walking Dead seasons at the top. There's not many Fear, World Beyond, or Tales. There's not many non-Walking Dead seasons that'll get even close to the top. I'll just say that right now. There's a couple that are higher up. I think Fear has 1 or 2 good seasons, but for most of it, I don't really like that much. Do you plan on reacting to Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? It's a possibility. It's not a movie I ever was that excited to watch, but it is a Quentin Tarantino movie, and I tend to like his movies, so maybe. Which third installment of a movie franchise do you think is worse? Transformers Dark of the Moon or Matrix Revolutions? For me, Matrix 3 is worse because it's boring. Yeah, I'd go with Matrix Revolutions. Transformers Dark of the Moon was not that bad in my opinion, honestly. I think there's worse Transformers movies like the second one and the fifth one. I actually didn't hate Age of Extinction. I know people think that's the worst, but I didn't think Age of Extinction was that bad. I didn't think it was good. I just didn't think it was that bad. But obviously the best Transformers movie is Bumblebee. I think that goes without saying. Do you think Fear is the best spinoff? The best Walking Dead spinoff? Yeah. There's only been 3 of them, really, so I would say, yeah. It has the most seasons, too, so it has the advantage of having more seasons of content to base my opinion off of, but not the best spinoff ever. I'm just the Walking Dead spinoff, yeah. Are you going to react to the Black Panther trailer, the newest one that came out? No, because it was already been out for like a week at this point, so there's really no point. I feel like when trailers drop, you only should react to it if it's come out, like, if you react to it the day of. Like, reacting it to it like a week later is just, it's not going to get many views. So that's kind of a waste, I guess. Which I hate that I had that mentality, but I kind of have to because it does affect the algorithm. And that's something a lot of people don't realize, and I kind of like explaining because I think it helps people understand why YouTubers make certain decisions on their channel. And the reason why YouTubers don't like posting videos that are going to get low views is not really because it's low views and they are, hungry for views and they just need views. It's not really just that. And not even just that the time it takes to make the video might not be worth it because they're not getting many views in return. I think the biggest reason is low view videos hurt other videos on the channel. And a lot of people don't realize that. So if let's say I post one video, right? And it does pretty good. And I want to post another video similar to that video. My best, the best thing I could do for my channel is to post another video just like that really well performing video directly after posting that one, or at least close after, right? But if you post like 10 videos in between posting that second video that's similar to that one that did really well, and all 10 of those videos do really poor, or not really even really poor, just not as good as you usually get, it's going to hurt the performance on that second video that you wanted to post that's similar to the first one that was really successful. So that's why YouTubers don't like posting videos that aren't going to get a lot of views. And sometimes even if they get no views on a video, they will literally delete it from their channel because they know it's hurting their channel. So that's why I made a third channel, because sometimes there's stuff I want to post that I don't think is going to perform that well. I'll post it there. That's kind of how it works. Sometimes I will post stuff on my main channel even if I know it's not going to perform that well, just out of the hopes that it's not going to be a big deal. But that's why I stopped doing the Andor reactions. I'm loving Andor, but the videos are getting like 100 views per video. Like, it's not looking good. And it's not just for me, other channels too. And it's nothing to do with the show. It's just not a very reaction-worthy show, I guess. It's a very, slow build-up sort of a show. It's really well done, but it's not one of those shows where people are gonna care that much to watch reactions to it. So it makes sense why the videos aren't doing too well, and it's just not really good for your channel. So doing a reaction to a trailer that came out a week ago, I don't really think it would do that good. Regardless, I already watched the trailer, so I couldn't really do a reaction if I already watched it anyways. I watched it like a couple days ago, I think. It was a good trailer. I think the movie looks really good. Will you do a reaction to Werewolf by Night? I was really debating it. Really debating it, and I wasn't sure. If enough people want to see it, I would, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet, so. Halloween isn't gonna end? Oh, no, it's not. No, of course not. It'll end this little trilogy, but they'll keep doing more after that. Happy birthday, bud. I first became a fan when you released the Scream videos last Halloween, and I always wondered who was your favorite killer. Thank you so much. Actually, I did the Scream videos last summer, so technically it was before. Well, you could have probably watched them around Halloween time, maybe, but I think I released them in like July or something. Who's my favorite? Definitely. Okay, actually, no, it's hard because it's either between Chucky or Freddy, but I think the thing is, I prefer the Freddy franchise, but I prefer Chucky as a villain because he has a little bit more depth and a little bit more to him that's a little more interesting. But I think I prefer the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, so that's your answer. Top 3 favorite horror video games? For me, Resident Evil 4, The Last of Us, Resident Evil 2 Remake. I've only played a couple, to be honest. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I pretty much, I mean, if you've seen my gaming channel, you probably can tell. I pretty much only play not The Walking Dead, Call of Duty. That's like my main thing because I don't really have time for a lot of games. So I just play at Call of Duty and I live and breathe it pretty much. So, like, a lot of time. If I ever do it, like when I do have time to play video games, I just want to play COD really. But the other games I have played that are horror related, I played Resident Evil 2 remake. It was amazing. I played Dying Light, definitely a horror game. 1 and 2, they're both amazing. And those are your answers, I guess. I can't really think of anything else. Favorite movie category, like movie genre. I don't really have a choice, to be honest, because I like a lot of them equally. I think it would be between horror, thriller, and action. Those three, I guess. What are you looking forward to in the new season of Stranger Things? Honestly, I'm really worried about Max. That final episode tore me to shreds. Literally cannot stop crying. I'm really hoping to see the world in like shambles. Like I'm talking like full on outbreak. And I think this is what's gonna happen. I think it's fucked up, but I think this is their way of the reason why they had Max spoilers for Stranger Things. So if you haven't seen season 4, click off for like 10 seconds. I'll raise my hand, and when I put my hand down, that means I'm not talking about spoilers for Stranger Things anymore. Even though it came out a while ago, but just in case. So for Max, she was in the coma, right? I think the reason they did that instead of killing her off is because they knew if she died fully, then the world would have gone into full on chaos because the Upside Down would fully come into the main world with Vecna's plan, right? But the reason it didn't work is because she was revived by 11, and then so she wasn't dead anymore. That's why only a little bit was able to come out. I think season 5 might start off with her dying in the coma, which is fucked up, but I mean, if they want to make the Upside Down fully come out of the main world, she'll die in the premiere. And the reason they didn't do it last season, in my opinion, is because they knew the actors were going to age a lot, so they have to do a time jump. And if they have to do a time jump, then they can't possibly have the world go into shambles right away because we have to see the characters dealing with that at first. We can't just skip over that. That would be kind of dumb to skip over that. So they knew we have to make it so everything is kind of paused for a little bit, and then we'll come back in season 5, and then we can just kill her off. She'll die in the coma, and boom, shit will go crazy, and then season 5 will be all about trying to bring back the world back to how it was. And that's how I hope it is, but I don't know. Hand down. Girl interrupted, but killer crowns is what life is like. Huh? That's a movie, right? Girl Interrupted? I think I've heard of that movie. Thank you, Jamie West. I appreciate it. Your thoughts on the Maze Runner trilogy? From JTM. Maze Runner trilogy? I liked it. I thought it was good. I think my favorite was the second one, which I think was an unpopular opinion, but I liked it, honestly. I didn't think they were like fantastic movies. They were just pretty good, solid movies. I enjoyed them, honestly. Same way I felt about Hunger Games. Like I just really liked it. It's a good trilogy. Well, I guess Hunger Game was, yeah, it was. I'd still call it a trilogy. I know the last one was split into 2 parts, but it's still technically a trilogy. Any plans for House of Dragon reactions? Gotta watch Game of Thrones first. Gotta watch Game of Thrones first. How many more comments we got? Oh, damn, a lot. Okay. Where would I leave off? Should I react to Evil Dead 2? That's a question I have for everyone, because I'm not sure. I really want to watch it, but I'm not sure if people want to see me react to it, though. Oh, yeah, no, so the chat on this, like, when you see it's going to be live, but the one you see on screen here is, it's going to go all the way back, because I want to see the comments, and I want to be able to take some time to read them. Obviously, if I was keeping it live, I couldn't get through everything, it would be, stuff would be going by too fast. And obviously, I'm not going to read every single thing, because we only have another, like, 25 minutes here. Anyways, even less, like, 20 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes? I don't know. Probably 20 minutes. $5 donation from Film It Lee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have you thought about getting into Cyberpunk Edge Runners? Cyberpunk's a game, right? But I don't know what Edge Runners is. I'll look it up. Oh, it's a TV series. I know the Cyberpunk game, but I guess this is something. Is this the same thing? Is it like the same universe, or is it different? I don't know. I haven't seen it. It looks interesting, though. It's got high ratings, so I don't know. I've never heard of it before. Um, where was I? Are you excited to see Soldier Boy and the boys? I got to episode 3 the other day, so I already did actually, but only him in the flashback. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Do you like stuff? Yeah, I do. Top 25 multiplayer maps when? I'll probably do a video on that in the future. Not sure when. Do you ever see the trailer for Megan? Yes. That was posted on my third channel, my other channel. All links to that, and they should be in the description, the other channels and such. If you're gonna watch animation, I suggest Attack on Titan because of how high quality the writing is. I'm sure I would if I were to. That'd be one of the ones. Any plan to react to Game of Thrones? Yeah, so that should be in December. Don't hold me to that, but I'm assuming it will be December. It depends on when I finish other shows, because that's the thing. I don't want to do it now, because the problem with doing it now is I'm watching like 1,000 shows right now. I got, we're doing, let's count them. We got Chucky, we got The Walking Dead, we got Jessica Jones, we got The Boys. We still got to do Daredevil season 3 and The Defenders. We got She-Hulk's just finishing up. I was doing Andor. I stopped that though. That's a lot of shows right there. So Game of Thrones on top of that would be just way too much, and it would be to the point where you're not going to get to the new episodes for the current shows that fast. That is a problem. So I decided I'll wait till December, because by December comes The Walking Dead will be done, She-Hulk will be done, the Boys should be done by then. I should be done with season 3 by then, and Chucky will be done. So we'll only be having probably Jessica Jones or maybe The Defenders by then. I'm not sure. And then we can, nothing else. It'll be just that. So then we can also do Game of Thrones on top of that. We can start that in December. I think that would be the perfect thing to do. But we'll see. You should watch Spirited Away. I have heard of that. I always see the top on Letterboxd rankings. I always see it towards the top on the highest rated films of all time. So that is one I would like to watch. Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. I've seen Breaking Bad. I've seen only the first season and a half of Better Call Saul. So haven't finished Better Call Saul. I was thinking of doing reactions to it, but I was kind of like, I've already seen so much of it. Not so much, a season and a half. So I was debating on it. I might make a poll on this later. I don't know if people would be interested in this, but I can finish season 2 on my own, just because I'm already halfway through it anyways, and then start season 3 on reactions on the channel. Don't know if people will be interested in that, but maybe, possibility. You should. American Horror Story is making a comeback, especially with all the attention Evan Peters is getting. That is true. He is getting a lot of attention because of that Jeffrey Dahmer show, which, by the way, I did watch the first 2 episodes of it. It was pretty good, but I'm probably not going to watch for the channel. I'm not doing it for the channel. I watched it on my own. I don't watch literally everything for the channel, just because it would be impossible to do that. There's certain things I just like to watch on my own. But I definitely pick and choose. If I know it's going to be something popular, a lot of people want to see, I'm definitely going to wait and do it for the channel, but it just depends. You think Fear and World Beyond will join up with all the spin-offs for an epic final season? So I was talking about this earlier in the stream, but I would hope they would do something like that for, like, I want everything to lead to like a movie, right? I want one film that everything leads to for The Walking Dead, like a Walking Universe film. It's like a 2.5-hour special that's just all the characters coming together for one event, whether it's a CRM versus Commonwealth war or something of the sort. I would love that, because it'd be a perfect way to get everyone to reunite for an ending. I hate the idea of the characters ending their stories separately. That's so stupid. So I want them to come together. Like, that would be like if, like, I don't know, like Endgame. Again, I'm gonna bring up Endgame again. It's just easiest analogy. Like, they ended their story, those characters that died in that film and ended their stories in that film, they ended it together, right? It wasn't a separate thing. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have more films with them, but it's gonna go separate on their own. Like, I want these things to end together, and that's what I think they need to do for The Walking Dead, especially because it's a lot of the characters should have some sort of reunion with each other. Which show has the greatest first season? That's a tough one. Breaking Bad, every season's amazing, but I think their season one's really good. Daredevil season one's really good. I don't know. It's hard. Season ones honestly usually aren't my favorite for most shows. I think it's very rare season one will be my favorite season, just because I feel like a lot of shows kind of get their footing after season one and they start to just improve upon what they know it already worked for the first season. So a lot of times I prefer the later seasons. Does Fear the Walking Dead get better? I gave up on it after season 3 or 4. I think Fear the Walking Dead is at its best in season 6. So season 6, specifically the beginning of season 6. That is where I think Fear the Walking Dead is at its best. But I can't say anything good about pretty much any other season. I don't think season 5 was good. I don't think season 7's been good so far from what I've seen. And season 6 towards the end wasn't that great either. I think the only stuff that was really good was the Virginia story arc, which Virginia is a character. She came at the end of season 5, and stuff season 6 happened with her, and she was a really interesting character, really interesting villain, and they had a cool story with that, and there's a lot of fun action sequences in that scene. I really just think season 6 was the best for the Walking Dead season, and mainly in the first half. I think season 3 and 4 were decent too. 4 mainly towards the beginning. I didn't think 4 ended that well, but it's okay. There's some stuff that's worth watching, some stuff that isn't. So I don't know. If you have the time, it's not a bad idea, but there's definitely better stuff to watch out there. So I wouldn't really feel like you have to watch it, but it's up to you, obviously. My opinion is just my opinion. What upcoming Marvel project are you most looking forward to? Originally it was Guardians of the Galaxy, which it still is, but I'm probably gonna say Deadpool 3 now. Now that Hugh Jackman's gonna be in it, that's got to be towards the top. Between that and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man 3 also because of Kang being in it. Obviously Secret Wars, but that comes out a while from now. So if it's something that's like coming soon, Guardians 3, Ant-Man 3, and Deadpool 3. All the threes apparently. Obviously any Spider-Man projects as well, which I don't know when those are going to come out again, but anything Spider-Man related, definitely going to look forward to that. I want Rick and Morgan to meet again. Exactly. What is the one movie you'd recommend someone see? I always recommend Kick-Ass to people, because Kick-Ass is like, it's a popular movie, but it's not like, I know a lot of people who haven't seen it, and I think it's one of the best superhero films of all time. So I'll always recommend Kick-Ass. What else will I recommend? Because when I recommend something, I usually recommend something that's not that popular, because if it's popular, I'm not going to recommend Avengers Endgame to someone like, okay, I'm sure you've seen it. I'm going to recommend something that's not as well known. So Kick-Ass is one of my options because I think that's a damn good movie. What else? Oh, that's good water. I love the movie Disturbia. No one really talks about Disturbia, but I think it's a good movie. It's a really good entry horror film. Like, it's not really a horror, and it's in like the sense of it's like not like that scary. It's not that brutal. So it's really good for people who are like younger and want to watch a horror film and just haven't seen one yet. It's PG-13 as well. So it's one of the first like horror type movies I saw. I watched it when I was like 10, and now I really liked it. So it's got Shia LaBeouf in it, which, despite all the controversies with him, I think he's a damn good actor, and I think that's probably one of his better movies. And speaking of Shia LaBeouf, have you seen the original Transformers? Oh no, that you're talking about the original, not even the one with Shia LaBeouf in it. No, I haven't seen that one. I'm assuming it's the animated one, right? I haven't seen it. I'm not like a big animation guy. Like, I really don't like watch that many animated things, to be honest. I'll watch here and there, like definitely Pixar stuff I'll usually watch. I just don't watch that many. It's not like I'm against it. I just don't. I'm not usually like, it's not the first option. Like, if I can choose between an animated movie or a live action movie, I'm gonna pick the live action movie 90% of the time. So, Andor doesn't seem to be popping off as much as people would have believed. Well, yeah, no, the show is doing really good in terms. I'm sure a lot of people are watching it, and I'm sure people are loving it. I think the ratings are pretty high. It's just no one really cares to watch reactions for it because, like I said, it's not very reaction worthy, and that's not a bad thing. I think I always point this out. There's a difference between a good movie and a reaction worthy movie. There's a big difference because a movie could be really damn good, but not really be that reaction worthy. And I've heard people say that about a couple movies. I haven't seen The Godfather, but I've heard that about The Godfather, which is why I don't even know if I'm going to do a reaction to The Godfather, because I heard a lot of people say it's a great movie, but I don't know if it's really great for reactions. A good example I have is Spider-Man. That was a weird example, but Spider-Man 2 and 3, right? The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 and 3. I think 2 is a much superior movie than 3, but I think 3 is a much better reaction movie because it's way more like there's so many more things and moments that just feel like they work better for a reaction. Like you get more of a reaction out of someone because of it. You know what I mean? That's just how it works on the reaction stuff. So, Sapphire Rosewood, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to say hi and I love your channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a lot. I love your profile picture. I can kind of tell what it is. I love those drawings, like really simplistic drawings like that. They just, I don't know, they're always funny. Where was I? Thank you for doing Hellraiser 1987, even though it never wins the polls. Yeah, I literally only did it because the new one was coming out, and I was like, I kind of want to watch that new one as well, so I'm gonna do that original. And I fucking love the original. It ended up being in my top 20, 25 horror movies of all time. If anyone wants to see my ranking, by the way, I'm gonna do a video on it, but if you want to just see it whenever, it's on my letterbox. Just go on my letterbox. You can look at my lists. I have like 70 lists there of just random stuff, so you can check out my horror movie ranking. I have like almost 200 movies in it now, but I'm gonna do a video on it as well, so I'll go like in depth on my rating and stuff for everything. Happy birthday, Dan. What moment in your life would you like to relive again? Ooh, that's a really deep question, Josh, and I don't know if I have the answer because that's hard to say. Because I don't know, like, it depends in what what way. Like, just relive it as in like you just get to relive it temporarily and then you go back to present. I don't know. There's a lot of moments. It's hard to say. That's not really one I know how to answer, to be honest, though. You know, I've always thought of this really interesting technology that I hope exists in the future. Where, no, actually, I don't hope it exists because I just realized how dangerous it would be. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, you think there could be technology where you can take memories from your brain and just put them onto like a screen so you can relive it in like a view it. But then I realized how dangerous that can be because that means everyone would have a camera tied to their eyeballs 24/7. And that's definitely not a good thing. So I don't know. It could be good in some ways, but then bad in other ways. But I don't know. I feel like the technology, I wouldn't be surprised if it existed in 100, 200 years. You should watch Better Call Saul. I'm watching, I'm on the second season right now. As I was saying earlier, not sure if I want to do reactions to later seasons because I could finish season 2 and then start season 3 on the channel, but I'm not sure if people want to see it, so I don't know. How many times have you rewatched The Walking Dead? Oh, too many to count. Honestly, a lot of the time I won't even rewatch it. I'll just rewatch it through other people's reactions, which is like what I have done multiple times, which is why like a lot of episodes, like let's say like Too Far Gone, for example, like I've seen that episode a lot, like in and of itself, but I also have rewatched it from other people's reactions a bunch. So it's not like I'm rewatching the episode itself. I'm rewatching other people's reactions instead, and that's, you still get to see part of the episode there. So I've probably seen the episode in actuality, like in full, probably like 10 times, but I've probably seen it in terms of like, if you count reaction videos, I've probably seen it like 100 times, you know? Because I do watch some reaction videos myself. I'm not, I'm not one of those people that's like, I'm not going to ever watch, the same type of content I produce. I don't produce content unless I'm also interested in it to a degree. So that's just my mentality. Like, I never will make a video if I don't think I would like it myself, which is not a great mentality to have because sometimes what I like is not what the majority would like. So I do have to kind of be like, I have to understand what the majority would like and kind of like adhere to that. Because there's a lot of things that I know is good. Like, for example, way more like, I don't know how you call it, but very much like throwing in like memes, for example, into your videos, just having like a bunch of random memes just pop up here and there, and a lot of things that just kind of immerse the viewer and make them so their attention is always to the screen, because that's how it is nowadays. So you go TikTok and everything like that. People have really short attention spans now. That's just how it is. So I'm more likely to get more views if people are consistently staying on the video as long as they can, and that would help if the video was way more like things popping up on the screen every 5 seconds, right? I just don't think I would personally like that as content. I think that would be kind of weird, and I just don't think it would work for what I do. So that's why I don't do it. But would it be beneficial? Probably. It's one of those things where I wouldn't like it myself, so I don't know if I would want it. Central Walker, thank you for the $5 donation. I'm excited for your reaction to The Invisible Man, but have you seen The Covenant from 2006? I haven't. Invisible Man, I'm probably gonna react to. I'm not 100% sure, but it is possible because I think it got pretty high in the polls. I forgot if it did or not. I think it did. So that should be coming. I should be doing that. All right, I'm gonna try to get through these because I'm gonna have like 5 more minutes here because Chucky does start soon. What do you think of Werewolf by Night? Did not see it yet. Go watch Defenders before Daredevil season 3. I will be doing that. How can you watch so many shows at a time? My max is 2. Oh no, I prefer watching less at once, but it's just how it is for the channel. Are you into comedy shows at all? Yeah, but not a lot. Friends is by far my favorite of any comedy show out there. If I ever need to be in a good mood, I'll watch Friends. But obviously, I've already seen the show. I've seen every episode multiple times, so I haven't really started many new ones. I did start How I Met Your Mother recently, a couple months ago, but I'm never do that type of stuff on the channel. I don't think, just because I don't think it fits in my channel the same way the other stuff I watch would. I love Family Guy too. That's one of my favorite comedies. I guess you would consider it a comedy, right? I don't know. But I don't watch a lot of comedies. And in terms of like movies, depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because I can't just have something that's funny. I need to have a good story too, right? And I think Friends does that. I think Friends does have a good story. So I don't, I can't just watch something that's only funny. Like I feel like a lot of movies are like that. Like, no offense to Seth Rogen, but I feel like a lot of his like, and I'm not saying they're not his movies really, but they're movies that he's usually in, or even some of the Adam Sandler ones. Not all of them. Some of them are great, but some of them you do feel like this. It's mainly there to make you laugh. It's not really. There's no real story that's that good there, so I don't really latch onto it. I need to have a great story first and foremost, but then also be funny on top of it. That's what I think comedy should be. What is the one movie you recommend someone to see in their lifetime? The Green Mile. How do you think The Walking Dead will end? I would love to answer that. I'm probably going to do a video on it. I talked about it earlier today. I didn't really say how I think it would end. I more so talked how I want it to end, but I can't really do it right now because I do have to end the stream soon, and that would take a while. Then I did already talk about it earlier, so I guess certain point in the stream I did talk about it. I'll also do a video like I said, so maybe wait for that. No, I disagree totally. Breaking Bad season 1 was the weakest. Oh no, I agree it was the weakest season, but I still think it was a great season though. That's the point. Because he was just saying best first season of a show. Doesn't that mean it has to be the best season of the show though? I think season 5 is. I think every season Breaking Bad got better. So season 5 was better than 4. 4 was better than 3. 3 was better than 2. 2 was better than 1. That's my opinion. What's the best written season of The Walking Dead? I still think season 6 is my favorite season. I also think it's the best written. In terms of dialogue, I think season 2 is way better, but that's not in terms of full on writing. But I still think season 6, I don't know, maybe season 4. I don't know, because season 4 isn't my favorite because I think there's some slower like filler type episodes in the second half, but I think the writing in season 4 is fucking amazing. I'll save season 4 for that. Season 6 is my favorite, but season 4 I think is the best written. I'll give you that. I think season 4 has some of the most interesting story arcs for some characters. Specifically with Rick, the governor, and Herschel. Those are the 3 that I think have the best arcs in season 4. And Rihanna's Disturbing. It was a bop. What's your favorite Nick Cage movie so far? Oh shit, that's a tough one. I don't even know because I've seen plenty of his movies, but I don't know. Oh, $5 from Aloe Watch. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, happy birthday. And I love How I Met Your Mother. The ending is controversial. Oh, don't tell me the ending, though. Don't tell me it. But I've learned so many life lessons from that show. How old are you now? 22. I've only seen like the first 6 episodes of the show, so I don't know much. Your love for the Walking Dead universe is what my love is for Lost. Haha, a show that rife with other people's theories. A show that's rife with other people's theories and discussions. Yeah, I've actually seen some in Lost, but it was a long time ago, so I don't remember the show. I think I did watch the whole season or the whole series, but like I said, I was like fucking 11 or something, so I don't really think I got a good grasp of the show. So I might rewatch Lost actually. Best actor of 2022. I forget her name, but the actress and Everything Everywhere All at Once, main actress, she's up there. Uh, I really liked Paul Dano in the Batman. Um, I don't know. I think those are my two answers. I haven't seen everything. I know I'm sure there's better answers, but I haven't seen everything of this year, so I couldn't really give you a perfect answer right now. All right, I'm gonna end it. I'll give it. You know what? Because I can. I think I could get everything ready for Chucky within the next. I think I could do it in 10 minutes. I think I can. I'll stay on the stream for 5 more minutes. Have you seen Barry? Nope. I'm gonna go up a little bit because I did miss a lot of comments up here, I think. There was a lot of ones I had to skip just because I was like, gotta get through this. Oh yeah, thank you, Skullraiser. I didn't even see that. You did take care of these bots. I appreciate it. No, I read most of these over here. I just want to see any ones that I didn't see. I got to meet Maeve from The Boys. She was so incredibly nice. Oh, that's really cool. Do you plan on reacting to any Guy Ritchie's movies? Some of his best: Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, and The Gentleman. I don't have any of those on my watch list, but I could add them. It's hard to have a good watch list because there's just so many movies. So it's like I gotta cut them short, kind of, and I can only add certain things to the polls. It's hard to add like a bunch, you know. I don't know. Oh no, not these bots again. It's like when I say the word bots, they just come back. That's how it is. Question for everyone: who do you think is a better singer, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park or Harry Styles? I like a couple Linkin Park songs. I don't know. There's never been really a Harry Styles song that I've really been like, I really like that. But I'm sure it's good for some people. It's not my type of music. I can't wait to see more reactions to Christopher Nolan movies. Is there one in particular you are looking forward to the most that you haven't seen? Definitely The Prestige, and maybe even Tenet. But it definitely The Prestige more than anything. I definitely want to see more of his movies. They just really haven't been getting high votes in the polls, so I haven't been able to. But I really, really want to watch it. I have seen Interstellar. A reaction to that is on the channel. Christopher Nolan's my favorite director, by the way. I don't know if everyone knows that, but definitely my favorite director. Nick Ulmer, thank you for the $2 donation. Happy birthday. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Where are you on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I think I was like somewhere in season 1, towards the end of season 1. I didn't watch that much of it, to be honest. Happy birthday. How's your day been? Pretty damn good. I did sleep for a lot of it, though. I got home at like 3 today, and I just passed out. Please add Severance. Yeah, I have like 500 movies on my watch list. I could add whatever, like at this point, but we'll see. Happy birthday, dude. What do you think is more fun, making a movie, acting, or directing? I'm sure acting is more fun because it's probably less stressful. Like directing is probably like really, really stressful, having to maintain all that. Whereas acting, I'm sure it's still hard, but you're a little bit more freely moving around. And you're not like, I think it's harder for the people who are like doing really difficult roles where they have to really get into character, sort of a thing. But a lot of the roles can also be kind of like chill, like just have fun type of roles. So I'm sure acting is probably more fun, just my assumption. Not that I know much about it, but Do you think Rick will return in the final episodes of The Walking Dead? Oh, he better. He better. Is Halloween Ends going to be a decent entry? I'm nervous. It better be at least decent. If it's not at least decent, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed. But we'll see. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate it. Severance is a show. Oh, it's a show. Huh. 1 season, 9 episodes. I could, so many options. There's so many things out there. It's just hard to get to it, If you're sad that The Walking Dead is ending, I believe you'd enjoy some montages online. The Walking Dead is known for having some of the best tributes out of any shows. Makes you feel that nostalgia. I made a really cringy Walking Dead, like Rick Grimes like character progression montage when I was younger. It was from the first 4 seasons, and it was just like it was 20 minutes long, and it was just like the best scenes from him. And it was had really bad music that just didn't. It was good music, but it didn't work with it that well. I tried to make it cool, but I was also 14, so I don't really know what I was doing. Um, yeah, I'm not really sad that it's ending because, like I said earlier, I don't really think it's ending. You got 3 more spin-off shows with the best characters. So to me, it doesn't really feel like it's ending. It never has. I said that from the get-go. I was like, if you're going to do spin-offs on the best characters in the show, I don't really feel like it's ending. Now, I would feel like it's ending if the spin-offs were, let's say, they had a spin-off with Gabriel or some shit, or like a spin-off with Judith and none of the other characters, and it was just Judith in the future or something, or a spin-off with some other group or something. But because it's about the literal main cast, like the main characters, the ones we've been caring about the most throughout the series, that to me automatically tells me it's not really ending. It's just expanding into separate shows. That's what it feels like. It does not feel like it's ending. It feels like it's just going like that. That's what it's doing. Have you seen Bodies? Nope. I saw Don't Worry Darling yesterday. I think you said you were interested in seeing it. Yeah, my interest kind of dropped when I saw the ratings for it, which I usually don't do that. But because it's like a theater movie that I'm going to go see in theaters, it's like I don't want to go to the theaters because, you know, obviously that costs money, it takes up time, and there's a lot of other movies I want to watch in theaters. So it's like I don't want to dedicate that time to something if it's not going to be like something people recommend. I'm sure I'll watch it eventually, but I wasn't like rushing to see it essentially because of that. But I don't know. I'll probably see when it comes out online or something. What changes in the Walking Dead show were you surprised that never happened in the comics? Negan and Beta not happening. Negan versus Beta not happening, I guess. No, that's not really a good answer. I guess I was surprised. Season 8 spoiler. Carl's death. Surprised about that. Hand is down now, so no more spoilers. I probably didn't give anyone any time to mute themselves. That's been out for like 5 years. I'm sure everyone knows about that by now. And I'm talking about Walking Dead specific things in this whole stream. Most of you guys have seen the show, but that was probably the most surprised I was, because I remember when there was rumors about it, I was telling everyone like it's not going to happen. That's bullshit, and that did happen. I was like, oh shit, it happened. Yeah, 9 minutes till Chucky. I gotta go because I gotta get ready for that episode. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes, everyone. Thank you so much for the donations. Thank you all so much for even just being here in the first place. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna end the stream now. Next stream will probably not be till November, I'm sure. So probably not quite some time until I do one again, but there will be an occasion for it for sure. I'm not sure what it'll be, but we'll think of some occasion. I always think of some random occasion to stream, or if not, I'll just call it a normal Q&A for November, I guess. So yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed. I will see you all later. Have a great